My wife noticed something really interesting recently. Middle class and upper class neighborhoods do not have sidewalks, but impoverished areas do. So to put this theory to the test, we drove around some fancy neighborhoods and we drove around our own neighborhood. And we confirmed that the rich areas did not have sidewalks, even in areas where you would think that they should. And poorer areas had tons of sidewalks, even in places where it would be better to not have them. So why the heck is that? There's a place where the sidewalk ends, and it's in middle-class suburban neighborhoods. The reason for this is just as simple as it is complicated, as most answers to strange questions are. See, in the 1950s to the 1970s, middle-class Americans were leaving urban areas en masse, and instead deciding to settle in suburban areas. This was because many urban spaces were run down, and middle-class to upper-class Americans viewed living in urban areas as unsafe. So they flocked to the suburbs and escaped from the city, an oasis in the countryside. Suburbs allowed for larger lot sizes and wider streets, so when constructing an escape from the city, sidewalks were not only off the table, but avoided. Sidewalks represented the hustle and bustle of the city, plus with a lower population density, there really wasn't as much of a need for sidewalks. Plus, as Anastasia Luquedu-Sideras, an expert in urban planning at the University of California, Los Angeles, puts it, there is this perception that if we have sidewalks, we're going to bring people who do not belong to our neighborhoods. So as you can imagine, sidewalks were off the table in the suburbs for, reasons. The opposite is true once you get into bigger cities like Chicago, LA, and New York. Areas without sidewalks are usually more impoverished, and areas with sidewalks are typically considerably wealthier. Sidewalks allow for more mobility in cities. They're safer than the street, and they'll usually lead to public transport, whereas areas without sidewalks are usually cut off from these services, creating not only literal immobility, but economic immobility as well. Today, many wealthy suburbs lack sidewalks simply because the people that live there don't really see the need for them. The issue isn't the money because sidewalks are really expensive, but it's that there's a lack of need. Wealthier folks don't need to walk to the bus or to the train. They can commute with their personal vehicle, keeping the half-century-old commitment to a lack of sidewalks alive and well. However, the city trend of building sidewalks in wealthy neighborhoods is, though slowly, making its way to the suburbs, with many millennials pushing for sidewalks in suburban areas, while older generations are fighting against it for fear of cityfying quiet suburbs. Personally, I don't mind not having a sidewalk in the suburbs. Traffic is usually kept to a minimum, and so a sidewalk would just make the roads narrower. However, my tune may change when I'm older and find asphalt more difficult terrain than just flat concrete. In the cities, I think every neighborhood deserves some sort of sidewalk. It keeps people safe and allows people to get where they need to go. Honestly, I never really thought that much about sidewalks or pedestrian networks in general. I didn't even really think about how there's entire people who make these decisions either, or experts on it. But now I realize that the sidewalk and where it ends might be something I took for granted. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. You know the drill, like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Let me know down in the comments below what you think I should do my next video on, and I might actually do it. And after you do that, you should check out the sponsor of this video, National Realty Group. National Realty Group is a real estate company with offices located in Southern California. They're a one-stop solution office, meaning the real estate, mortgage, and escrow departments are located all in the same office. That means you can go through the whole process of buying or selling a house without the hassle of being bounced around to different companies. This makes the whole process a lot easier and a whole lot more enjoyable. Give them a call at 951-684-2600, or if you're like me and you don't like talking to people, visit their website.